That's also why Cam is kind of isolated, I think, because he's 16, which is rare in Canada's junior league hockey. Junior league hockey is the closest thing to being a professional athlete a kid can get. They don't get paid, but they do play in professional or semi-professional rinks. All equipment, travel, lodging, etc. is free as long as you're in the top 2 levels. Some of them do receive small stipends from NHL/CHL teams as entry-level contracts, which is dubious to me, but YOLO. Without getting too far in the weeds, junior league hockey can be kind of a big deal for these kids, with some of them getting drafted straight to the NHL or the CHL, the Canadian Hockey League. Degrassi is also portraying them to be a major junior league, which is a dumb fucking name, but that means they technically are professional hockey players because that level is governed by the CHL. My personal experience with junior league hockey players has been dudes who wanted free college and had aged out of the NHL draft. They were also Czech and really tall and like 22-year-old first years. Usually if you don't go to college right away, you can keep playing junior league in Europe and parts of the US until you're 20. Less sure on this part. Notable junior league NHL draftees. Derek Bugard, I don't know anything about hockey, so if I'm pronouncing names wrong, I'm sorry. My childhood enforcer hero and the reason I hate the Rangers, and pretty much any Canadian-born hockey player. I thought this might help explain kiss cams and some of the gravity that the team has with this, especially Dallas. He's a very typical junior league player. I want you both to know I fully enjoy and support whatever upload schedule you both choose to do that Holland enforces. You're both awesome and also deserve to have a life and enjoy doing the thing. Plus, it's free. Who the fuck am I to complain? These have been the elegant, maybe incorrect thoughts of Caitlin, hockey lover and levity extraordinaire, sent from my iPhone while laying in bed. Thank you, Caitlin. So yeah, I think like I got that it wasn't a high school hockey, like it wasn't through the school, but I guess I didn't realize like maybe they would have press waiting for them outside of the locker room. That's mostly what I was confused about. And the kiss cams.
Yeah. But that all makes sense now.
Yeah.
I mean, my hockey experience as far as, like, my little brother was a hockey player, but he, like, the most he did was, like, travel in, like, high school. Like, there was no, like, I don't know.
He wasn't on, like, a junior league, whatever the fuck.
No. Like, the college he went to, they were D1, which is, like, the highest you can be in, like, a college situation. But he didn't play for that because he was like, that sounds stressful. But so I like a time commitment. Yeah. And he's like, I kind of want to be a doctor or a vet. I don't have time for this. Yeah. Which worked out. But yeah, I don't know. So I have like no knowledge or experience. I just love hockey, and that's all I got.
I'm from California. We didn't have hockey. Like, no, I don't think we had any like hockey leagues for children.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, the closest hockey team was in, like, San Jose. That sounds right. The Sharks. Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't watch hockey. But, yeah. So, thank you very much for the explanation. We'll treat their hockey team as a little bit more credible, I guess, going forward.
Yeah.
And then we have an email from Kev, and they say, TNG better, yay or nay? Hi girls, it's Kev again. Out of sheer curiosity, I was wondering what your take is on this generation of Degrassi kids and the ones you grew up with. There's a lot of debate that Degrassi was better when it was TNG. I disagree because I am able to enjoy all the generations. Also, what are some things you wish they kept the same and some things you are glad that they changed about the show? Thank you for taking the time out to read this. Hope you're both having a great summer. Bye now. Well, I like the next generation better.
Yeah. But we also have nostalgia goggles.
But it's 1,000% nostalgia goggles. And it's just like I'm more invested in those characters because I know them better.
Yeah. But I will say my favorite thing as far as changes have gone is that there's just they really adjusted with the times. And there was just so much growth as far as like understanding like mental illness and just any social issues, like just leaps and bounds.
And they've just gotten better at going more in depth about it. It's not like after school special we solve it in an episode anymore. It's like, no, we're gonna like portray this as it would be like we're this is gonna last multiple seasons. Like Eli's mental health is a problem. Like, we're going to talk about that, and we're going to show how it's always evolving and growing.
And it's a process.
Yeah.
But I do miss, like, the one thing that I really miss is just I miss all of our friends from the early seasons.
So I guess, I don't know. So I guess as far as, like, one being better than the other, I would agree that the only thing I'll say is, like, season 11 was garbage.
Fuck season 11
was awful, but I will say that I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. Like, they all have their strengths and they all have their weaknesses, where I think they maybe, like, even out as far as, like, quality goes, except for season 11. So I will agree with you that I don't think one is better than the other, but I personally enjoy watching Next Generation better just because, like, that's what I came into the show with. And I'm sure that's, like, probably the same for anybody. Like, the people you like the best are the ones you met first. Like,
yeah,
that's like, yeah. So I think that is all the grapevine that we have for today. If you would like to be featured on a future Grapevine segment, you can tweet at us at DegrassiPod or on Instagram at DegrassiPod. You can email us at whateveritakespodcast@gmail.com. You can listen to us pretty much anywhere, but if you're on Apple Podcasts, if you could rate, review, and subscribe, that would be super cool. And if you leave us a review, we will make up a Degrassi-inspired fan fiction for you on the show. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at HollandTacular.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at KelSucks with a Z at the end.
I don't really know what to recommend. I've been watching a lot of beauty gurus on YouTube lately. I've been watching a lot of James Charles. I've been watching a lot of Jeffree Star. So I'm just going to recommend that.
I am going to recommend an album. Let me see. Hold on one second. Do not play, please. Okay. It's called Hokey Fright by The Uncluded. It's just a mashup of Kimya Dawson, who, if you don't know who Kimya Dawson is, you would know her if you listen to the Juno soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's mostly Kimya Dawson. And Aesop Rock, I don't know. It's great. It's fucking great. Just listen to that whole album.
Cool. All right. Well, that is all that we have for you guys today. Thank you, as always, to Jay for our wonderful theme song. And thank all of you for listening. Goodbye, Panthers.
Bye, Panthers.